Hi, good evening. I hope everybody is well. I come to you this evening with just a few things that were on my mind, and I feel like I don't share enough. I'm always thinking about things that I want to share with others who are, thinking along the same lines as I am, who are searching for truth, who are having epiphanies left and right. I always want to share and compare notes and share keys with you guys. But I don't know. Tonight I was kind of taking a break from my usual work and watching part of the what you would consider the beauty community. I like to watch makeup or beauty products. I do typically like the vegan and all natural products and that whole area of things. But it's fun to kind of watch. It's something I've always been into. When I was younger, I managed a salon. It's an industry that I worked in for a while. So anyway, that and also decorating. I'm like a really creative, artistic person. So I don't know. It's just kind of a mindless thing that I watch sometimes. But this beautiful woman who has been in headlines before and who's coming out with products and who was self-made here on YouTube is one of my favorites to watch, and her name is Tati. So she obviously is on this platform and she gets to see how things work. She sees the ins and outs, the behind the scenes, and I don't know, I kind of relate to her in certain ways. She seems to really pay attention to just everything, and I just really love the way that she stated something on a video that came out. So this might seem kind of like left field to some, but if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I just kind of address current events that I find, to be important or indicative of like what's going on, or like will help us all to understand the shift, because these excuse me, these are new waters. These are, uncharted waters that we are in. And again, there's always, like, I'm always critically thinking, I'm always problem solving, I'm always like thinking. So I noticed that I had some similar observations as she did, and I just really loved the way that she's definitely got a few more years on this platform than I do, and she has like over a couple of million subscribers. So she's really got people's attention, and I think it's amazing. Like, I was looking for a little thumbnail, and if you look, the power of social media is huge right now. And this is something that I address often. How very big the influencers on these platforms have become, and how many people are actually watching. And because journalism and the media has really dropped the ball on what I believe is their responsibility to report truth, people are looking elsewhere, and they come to a platform like this thinking that they're getting genuine, organic, non-narrative type information. And that's what I am here to give. And I've had some difficulties doing that. And in those difficulties, I've been able to see where these mind control agents are working, how it's working. So I just want to share some of that with you any chance I get, because there are learning curves with this stuff, and it is uncharted waters, and this is all happening real time, and time is, of the essence right now, in my opinion. It's going to take as long as it needs to, but we all should be, waking up and trying to get on a similar page more and more as the days and moments go by. So I wanted to share with you a little bit of what she said about her observations here on this platform. And I see a lot of the same things, and I see it on every genre, every community, because I'm just watching, I'm just looking, observing, again, assessing and problem solving, trying to find out where the roots of the problems are and where they stem from, where the broken branches are, what can be done. And I just thought she put some of this really well, so I'd like to share that with you, and then we'll go from there, because there's always, like I said, things that I want to talk to you about. But yeah, I mean, right here, if you just look, it's a lot of this has to do with marketing, but we're living in exponential times, and the opportunities, challenges, and power of media and information, and it's all so very important right now. Important to freedom and to the collective consciousness being what it was meant to be and what it will be. It's what we've been working towards, and I see where it's been laid out that, like, this NWO and all of these new things that are coming on board, like, I don't get to speak to politicians yet. I look forward to the day where somebody actually reaches out past these barriers and we can get some real work done. But I trust God. In the meantime, I know that, that God's will is at play, and that's all that I ever want to happen is, I'm here to serve God's will in any way that I can. And so I trust, not just the process, but the divine order of everything. So that being said, let's hear what Tati had to say about her observations on this, that, and the other.
So there are ways that you can clean the blender.
I should catch you up, because you might not be familiar with any of this, of course. So basically, she put a product out, like I had mentioned earlier, and if you knew her whole story, it seems like she came from just such a great, honest, creative, and loving place, and smart, beautiful, all of those things. And she's got a really big platform right now. So anyway, put a product out after years and years. One of them was super successful. It's like a makeup palette, eyeshadow palette, and it looks amazing. It's something I would be interested in, but I don't typically order those types of products at this point. So I just like to watch. Again, like I said, I have plenty of other products that I can, make do with and make it try to look like whatever tutorial they're doing. I don't get to have the brand new product. But anyway, she did put out a really successful makeup recently, and then a makeup applicator. So of course, it seems as if, like I said, on every platform, in every community, in every genre, there's these mind control agents that come in and they work from different angles. And I've shown this to you a little bit before. I have tons of examples of it, but that's just kind of for my own documentation purpose. And everything's being recorded. It's all being seen. God is watching. Witnesses are watching, and I see what I've brought to you as well as the satanic super soldiers, who are working way, way, way overtime behind the very thin veil, and everybody's starting to see through it. I was watching that like AM TV or whatever that stuff is. I think that guy's selling Bitcoin. I was just turned on to him because I was trying to follow something Paul Begley was saying. You know, these are all guys that I would like to reach out to and tell them that they are teaching the doctrine of, you know, what would be considered Satan, and that the things that they teach are exactly what, you know, you always hear Jeffrey Doherty talking about wanting to interview these guys. They're just, you know, two of the same types of guys working from different angles, from what I have gathered. So they are all working together to keep you from discovering the full truth about the Divine Mother and some of the other very, very groundbreaking truths that some of us are bringing you, that I'm bringing you, that others are mentioning, but there's like these protocols out there that are made to shut it all down. And so here we are. So she sold it. There's something going on like with somebody not wanting to see her succeed at some level, or they just want to make money off of, they see an opportunity, you know, to make money off of her brand at some level, whatever the case might be. But she's observing this behind the scenes and how it's working on social media. And it has to do with her product that she just put out.
That it will be lasting for you and not rip at the seam after the first try. However, there were a lot of pictures that were duplicated, a lot of people coming back behind and participating in conversation. It's that story where one person wants to start a fire and they have other accounts that come back around and push it up to the top. So my eyes on it all. I see what's happening. By the way, I see it clear as day. And I just want to also have like kind of a Tati educational moment with you guys, specifically to my younger audience. You have a digital footprint. There's metadata in every photo that you post online. Your IP address is tied to your Twitter. So even if you have 5, 6, 7, 10, 12 accounts and you have different icons and a teddy bear account or no picture at all, which is the most suspicious, you're tied to that. And to the right set of eyes, people will figure it out. I grew up in Seattle, and a lot of my family and friends, they write code for a living or work in the tech industry. It's a fascinating industry, and you know, this is nothing to be fearful of. I'm just saying you should operate online in a way that wouldn't embarrass you if someone put the curtain back. So just word of the wise, not a lot that you do online is private. This is the big one that just kind of kicked me in the gut the most because it's tied to a bigger issue as a whole. This is just makeup, but news outlets, professional news outlets, journalists, these .coms that we go to for information that we feel comfortable is correct. We're leaning on you to do your job and to do that fact checking. And I think it's irresponsible when you illustrate a narrative of a product that might need to be recalled and create hysteria and fear and, oh my God, I bought one too and maybe mine's gonna break, oh my God, what do I do? You know, and it creates this feeling and this anxiety. And we're doing this off of what? 5, 8 photos? That's it? Out of 100,000? You can absolutely contact me. My DMs are open. You can mention me, and I will happily be transparent and share with you because I do have the data. And out of 100,000, if you are showing that the majority, your 8 photos, 5 photos, whatever, tells the complete story, I'm here to correct you and say it doesn't and that you need to do better fact checking. That's your job. Step up to the plate and do it, because if you are someone that is writing articles and sharing stories, whether it be makeup or world events, it matters. People are looking to you as a leader in some capacity to give them the correct information. Stop spreading fear. Stop creating a storyline that isn't true. And every single time I will sit here and I will be as transparent as I need to be to set the record straight. Let's start looking at the good here instead of constantly like looking for all of the bad. We all collectively have the power to stop that. And we have the power to pull back, have some perspective, ask questions, and go, but wait, like, but how many are bad? Like, you know.
Exactly. I mean, I just had to share it. She's talented, smart, she has a good reputation, she's well known, you know. She said it better than I could have, but it's everything that I want to say about this very particular situation that's branched out into every area all over the world. It's the artificial intelligence that everybody is waking up and starting to reject. Thank you, God. But you know, it's hard for me to comment on some of this stuff here, okay? Because as far as the virus goes, I don't want anyone to suffer. I don't want anyone to suffer or be tortured or be uncomfortable or be in harm's way. Not even my greatest enemy do I want that for. I want them to stop tormenting others, and I want them to stop oppressing others. But I don't even want them to be hurting or in any type of pain or discomfort or fear. We know that that is a lot of times what it takes to get us out of certain situations, to get us away from things that our hearts do not want to be near, to make changes. A lot of times we end up on our knees, and that's, you know, that brings us to the light. But that is not my wish. I know that everybody has a process, and I know that that's what this time is for. And I know not everybody has chosen to go through that process, or they have resistance to different areas of it. They have been lied to as well. And I hear people waging war against women. I hear people waging war against a lot of others to try to take the heat off of themselves, okay? When I point to satanic things, sadly it comes back to the Masons. They are serving the God of this world. And not all of them understood that to begin with, and it's packaged and given in a way that is also mind control as well. And I will link a couple of things in description. I've gone over this very deeply. We've had conversations right here about this. I've broken it down. I've shown you the different covenants. I've explained what they mean. Many of them are self-explanatory. Many of you have these understandings. But these things are all, they all seem to be necessary to look at. So I'll link them below and hope that you get a chance to take a listen, if you haven't already, to those, so that I don't really have to get into this stuff right now. I don't know. I'm just still here doing the work that God has me here doing. And I can tell you that everything is changing for the better. But as far as that virus goes, I don't want anyone to hurt or suffer. So it's hard for me to comment on something where I don't have the facts. When they use the word rumors of war, the word rumors, okay? The word rumors is defined, and if you go over to my community page, which I hope that you do once in a while, to see what I've been posting, because I'm constantly putting very, very intense pictures up there, which we will get into more and more. But as far as the rumor goes, you will hear of wars and rumors of wars and pestilence and plague and all of this, okay? But these things must happen, but they do not mean that the end has come. So rumor is defined as a noun, a currently circulating story or report of uncertain, doubtful truth. Okay, so a currently circulating story or report of uncertain or doubtful truth. And as a verb, it means to be circulated as an unverified account. To be circulated as an unverified account. So, that right there says a lot. And there's people that have passed away every day of this existence on this plane of existence, which is Earth and all of its realms. Okay? And they have left this realm of existence in disease, agony, pain every day. And that is definitely coming to a close. Anybody trying to perpetuate that or trying to keep that alive is definitely very sick themselves and has an extreme dysfunction and error that needs to be fixed. And hopefully that's happening. I really hope that that's happening. Because each and every individual will have, God Almighty is really gentle and really loving and really benevolent. So there are a lot of people having wake-up calls in the most loving ways all over the world. If you're one of them and it touches your heart in any way, just take note, because, it's just really special. So, as far as the wonders that I'm showing you in the sky, we'll take a look. And I have more coming, but these should have been, speak about a circulating story. What I'm showing and speaking of, no matter how deeply I go into it, no matter if you like me, the way I look, the way I sound, whatever, it does not matter. These things should be seen a lot more than they are being. But that would definitely set humanity free. And I know I'm not the only one out there telling these truths, but these truths must be circulated versus the rumors that are being circulated now. But, people leave this earth every day of suicide, which has been completely silenced. Suicide has been completely silenced, especially over the past few years. And it needs to be spoken of. It needs to be addressed. It needs to be lovingly handled. And, a lot of people have been caught in the game, caught up in, trying to make ends meet, whatever it might be. And they are losing their humanity. And it just, if nothing else, getting back to old ways, as the Hopi prophecy speaks about, has a lot to do with our regard and our love for each other and honor and, truth. And apparently, yes, justice is going to have to take place to have that happen, because people can't understand, once all of their problems and sins have been removed, but people still refuse to stop hurting other on like a huge scale or a mass scale, then they have to be dealt with. And I think that many agree with that. But that's a very individual thing, and that's why God is amazing. We're all numbered. It's our hearts and our minds. It's all there. It's all calculated. God has a way of reading your heart, measuring your heart. So that's all taken care of by Earth system, by Mother Earth system. Like, it just takes care of all of that. And so that's where a lot of people, they don't understand. They don't understand why they're running into issues, because they signed up to lie, whether they thought they were doing the right thing or not. Many along the way, they've known if they were selling their soul, or if they were, making a deal with the devil, or whatever you want to call it. And blood oath, whatever kind of oath, whatever it might be, you can always step into the light. And, your sins or your transgressions against others have been paid for. And you can turn, and you can be forgiven, and you can walk towards the light. You don't have to keep that. That's all null and void when Satan was cast out. So yes, Satan walks around Earth in a different form, in the flesh, but that's not the original Satan. That's just parts of Satan. And even those people who are walking around as Satan itself can be transformed, and with love, it can be transformed with a different, it's a different set of circumstances for everybody. But it's all happening now. So keep going, no matter what it is, I don't know. I see a lot of change, but I see a lot of scared people that are waking up and realizing that they weren't doing the right thing, and they're still not sure how to deal with it, because all this self-work that they tried to tell others they should be doing, they did not do it themselves. And it's a mess. And I am here to help you clean up your mess, if you would like it. Hopefully something I say, even if you reached out to me directly, I would be glad. I would be honored to be able to help you through something. And I might be able to do it from experience. It might be more relatable to me than you know, or I might have something to say that would comfort you and help you to come to terms with whatever it is that you might be dealing with. Just putting that out there. But I think that's probably it for now. I had a few other things I wanted to say, but we're going to keep it short and sweet for today, and hopefully I'll talk to you all really soon. Check out my links, check out my community page, and I have a lot coming out as far as the Naga, the entities in the clouds, the ships, the interdimensionals that I'm showing you. I definitely have a lot more to say about all of that, but I have explained this time and time again throughout my channel, so without making it all too muddy, do go back and see what I have to say about that. I have like a playlist called The Sky Explained, and of course more and more understanding is coming to me and to all of us now, so it's wonderful. But check out my playlist. I have some really, really, really good ones. Really good ones. But some of the stuff I've talked about, the super soldiers, that's here. Just whatever might catch your eye. And let me know what you think. And I love you all. And I'll speak with you soon. Peace, blessings, no fear, love. Just have faith. God is going to work everything out. As long as you've been brought this far, your soul has chosen to take this course. It's So keep moving up the spiral, the cosmic spiral of Yeshua, and we'll all meet at the top. Okay? I love you.